With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network Championship action here tonight in the Texas No Limits 187 for the Airs iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. Gonna have some rapid fire information coming at you, a lot going down here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. You can see how the temperature's shaping up out there here tonight during the Performance Motorsports qualifying session. Track temperature only 70 degrees, starting to cool off a little bit here tonight for these Xfinity fans. We watched the truck champion be crowned less than an hour ago. John McMillan Jr. gonna snatch the Performance Motorsports Truck Series season number 6 championship after a rain delay and postponement from last night's championship action to midday today. John McMillan Jr. looking to double up here tonight. Can he do the unthinkable and win 2 championships in one day? We're gonna have to wait to find out. Qualifying just about done with. Looks like the last final few drivers laying in their fast time. So before we head trackside, how you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV Land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, let's go ahead and drop some of those qualifying times to the left-hand side of your screen. 8 drivers of the scoring charts. Justin Gann has been a pole position machine so far this season. 42% of the time, that number 30 machine walks away with the pole award. Looking to start from the front with just about 60 seconds, and it doesn't appear that the 85 is going to lay down a time lapse, so indeed it will begin, leading us to the green flag here tonight. 125 laps, 187 miles. We'll see who claims the crown here tonight in the Texas No Limits 187. So Truck Series fans getting a little treat here tonight, able to stay for the Xfinity festivities that are going to fire off here in just a handful of moments. We're going to head trackside as the music fades away. It's time to get things underway here with the Swift MotorSports Ayers Eye Racing Paints Xfinity Series. Again, big shout out to all the fans that have joined us all season long, whether it's been on Monday nights with that Performance Motorsports Truck Series or right here each and every Tuesday night with the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Xfinity Series. Big shout out to our race control and admins all season long. Don Kidder, Andy Starcher. Those are the gentlemen that keep things ticking in the background and keep us with some action week in, week out. So a big shout out to those gentlemen. Qualifying in the bag, that's going to do it for us. We're going to get ready for some hot action. Under the lights, will the track temperature heat up? You've seen it. In qualifying, only 70 degrees, so looks to be a lot of grip in the track here tonight. We'll see how these Xfinity tires fare with the rubber laid down from the Truck Series earlier today. Qualifying times quick. See if these machines remain quick through the night. But for now, what do you say we head a little closer to the track? Get a little look at these drivers as they sit on pit lane for the final time here in season number 6. So who you got, who you voting for? 8 driver season championships hoops culminating here tonight under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway. Bailey Dutton, unable to make the trip. He's going to miss out on that truck championship opportunity, which McMillan Jr. got the nod and to go ahead to raise that championship trophy earlier here tonight. Dutton, after an amazing season, 4 wins this season, 93% finishing rate inside of the top 10, but not the field here tonight. Bailey Dutton will miss out. Season number 6 Xfinity Series Championship, but let's not talk about who's not here. Let's talk about the guys getting ready to roll. As official word now goes down to the pace card, we're going to get set to fire things off here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. And as you can hear those familiar sounds in the background, for the final time here in season number 6, your starting lineup inside row number 1, walking away with the pole position here tonight in the Texas No Limits 187 pole position. Once again, belongs to that 30 of Justin Gann. Jerry Cochran the third. JC3 going to start just to his outside. It looks like we've got a little, well, don't you know, Trading Paint's going to have a little bit of issues here tonight. Todd Cray, John McMillan Jr. back in row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight, Cody Sleeper, Roy Fernandez. Row number 4, Casey Duncan, Ken the Serve Pro number 11. Get to the front, we're going to find out if the 4X Racing driver can get that championship trophy here tonight. Jason Branch also chasing after his championship hopes tonight. Nick Hunt, Kevin Volkema round out your top 12. That's going to do it for your starting lineup as drivers make their way off of turn number 4. Music begins to fade in the background. We'll see if these guys' sponsors get on the sides of the cars here. They should in just a moment, but nonetheless, we're going to roll into the restart zone and get ready to go. Here tonight under the lights for the first time, we go green flag racing from Texas. Front of the field, side by side. Justin again continued to lead off of turn number 2. He's going to keep that number 30 Toyota Supra out front. The Grayson Jade Photography 72 of JC3 hugging that high lane. Here comes Todd Craig to the bottom. Lap number 1 at a 4-pole sitter will lead him to the line. Cousin Jess out in the chat. Unfortunately, Jess, last night's race postponed until a little later today. Jerry Cochran III picking up the race win, but John McMillan Jr. walking away with the Truck Series Championship. Now Gannon Cray out front showing the way with Jerry Cochran III right in tow. There you can see John McMillan Jr. looking for his second championship in one day. We'll see if he can get it done behind the wheel of that number 15 machine. He's been our sleeper pick, our dark horse, if you will, all season long. That's the man running in 5th, and no pun intended on the name there. Cody Sleeper, just quietly, methodically, keeping himself in the mix, keeping himself relevant. Emerging late in the season as a driver you're going to have to deal with. We'll see if that MGM Brakes Detroit gasket. So one sponsored machine can get to the front. And where is the Cuban Missile Rocket? You can find Roy Fernandez right behind him, running in 6th. Top 2, a little bit of separation from this 3-car pack being led by the 72 machine. John Grant Jr. right in his tire tracks. Fernandez, Cody Sleeper going to round out this little bit of a tussle. You got Casey Duncan, Nick Hunt, Jason Branch hanging out back around that 8th position. You can see these two championship drivers mixing things up here tonight. Only 3 previous race winners in the field out of our 5 previous winners on the season, so a lot up for grabs here tonight. Can a driver get his first win? Will a driver get his first Xfinity Series championship? Justin Gann looking to put a stamp on season number 6. Only driver. And when I give you this stat, don't be mad at me. I ain't the one behind the wheel, man. Justin Gann, 100% finishing rate inside of the top 10. A 100% finishing rate inside of the top 5. Over, after tonight's pole position, over 50% of the time inside the pole position, heading to the green flag. For all intents and purposes, it is this 30s championship to lose. Will he play his cards right and reel it in and walk away with the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Xfinity Series Championship? If anybody's got something to say about it, it's this man right here as we jump on board. The 22 of Todd Cray. It looks like Cray's not really pushing the issue right now. Looks like Cray may be comfortable with just logging a handful of laps, getting some laps underneath the belt, and trying to separate himself from the rest of the field. John McMillan Jr. still just behind him. We'll take a look off at the tail end. There it is, looking back off at the course light, number 22. John McMillan Jr., he's got a little bit of work to do. Just over half a second back, sitting in 3rd. We're going to watch him down the back stretch and into turn number 3. Here comes the field once again. Check out Big Hoss back in the background. And you know, that's going to lead us to something. We're going to talk about this because I don't know how many of you out there really know about this. How big is Big Hoss? I'm going to tell you right now, it is the world's largest outdoor LED TV. Period. And they're going to make it bigger. Have you heard? They're going to make it bigger. That's crazy. Let's see out in the chat. Who knows? What does Big Hoss weigh? And what are the dimensions? You got 5 minutes. No Googling, that's cheating. Side-by-side racing action for the lead. Todd Gray digging on the bottom. Catfish Billy working out here tonight. And Texas, high side to your pole sitter. He's going to hang it high, wide, and handsome. Drag race down the backstretch, back into turn number 3. Once again, Gann with the advantage now. Watching Cray wrap the bottom and go to the point for the first time here tonight. New race leader, the Texas No Limits 187. Todd Craig to lead that lap. So nobody's done their homework on Texas Motor Speedway. My goodness. Big Hoss coming in at a whopping 108 tons. Can you imagine? 108 tons of TV. My God. It's crazy. Well, they say everything's bigger in Texas, but apparently it must be. This thing sits about 21 stories high. Does that give you an idea? 218 feet wide by 94.6. 946, I apologize. Feet tall. That's 21 stories tall. That is amazing. And they're gonna make it 10% bigger here in the next few years. Absolutely ridiculous. Enough about Big Hoss. Let's talk about the big boss out front, Todd Cray, looking for yet another season championship to put in the cabinets at home. Multiple championship winner here with Swift MotorSports. The veteran out front showing the way. But will it be the way by the time we get at the end of tonight's race? Still 110 laps remaining. Justin Gann gonna fall back to second. John McMillan Jr. starting to scoop him up a little bit. Looks like we may have a battle for second and third. Meanwhile, a little further back, Jeremy Cochran Jr. losing a little bit of ground now, dealing with the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper, looking to the high side. Sleeper unable to get the drive off the center of the corner exit. See if he's able to do anything with him this time by and no, the Grayson Jade photography. Toyota Super gonna wrap it on the bottom of the racetrack and put a little more distance between himself and that Camaro. Fastest Ford in the field, well, that's gonna be Jason Branch, and he's the only Ford in the field, so a little bit easy to be the fastest Ford when you're the only one, but hey, you also don't have to worry about anybody else messing up the run for the manufacturer. We'll see if this Navy sponsor number 28 Ford Mustang can make a little headway here tonight, sitting right now almost 7 seconds behind your race leader. As we're about halfway through a fuel run here. Will we see strategy come into play? How's it all going to work out? How's it all going to go down? What about this man right here? Let's go up to our Truck Series Championship. Can we get a little closer, guys? There it is. There it is. There's the man. Walking away with the Performance Motorsports Truck Series Season number 6 Championship. 125 laps already turned in here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. So if there is a driver that is comfortable out there on the track, it's got to be McMillan Jr. Right, but will he be able to keep the focus? We're talking over 250 laps of racing. Oh, almost 400 plus miles driven in one day, back to back. At a super speedway like this is going to be very grueling on McMillan Jr.'s mental focus, as well as it's going to be very physical behind the wheel. Let's take a look. Do we got a shot inside of the car, guys? Do we got that reverse pillar look. You know which one I'm looking for. No, not that one. The one from the front, guys. The ones from the... There we go. Let's take a little look at the hands on the wheel. How busy is he on the wheel? And it looks like nice, steady tugs to the left. No corrections. Through the turn of the corner, you can hear him a little bit of a throttle play there, coming off of the exit of turn number 2 down the backstretch. So things look pretty easy, relatively speaking. Here tonight, behind the wheel of that Canadian sponsor, number 15 machine, we'll see if McMillan Jr. can do what nobody has done in Swift. Can he make history here tonight by snatching both the Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series Season 6 trophy as well as the Season 6 trophy for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series? We're going to find out, that's for sure. Lap 21 on the board, 22. We'll cross the line this time around. Let's go back to a battle. Let's get you some action, race fans. The 11 serve Pro Toyota Super Wrap on the bottom. Look at it make a move. Jason Branch sitting in that 7th position. Branch really has kind of been stagnant here tonight. Started back in 8th, only able to get to 7th and just kind of turning in lap times. Pretty consistent lap times, but they are a little bit off of your race leader's pace. So we're going to see what Branch can do. We'll see what this serve pro number 11 of Casey Duncan can do. Duncan, one of our championship contenders. All he's got to do is finish in front of the others. It's not about winning. So can Duncan maybe pull a strategy play? We've seen him be involved in a handful of them throughout the season. We'll see what the 11 has up his sleeve. Meanwhile, back in the front, pole sitter going to fall back to 2nd. You can see now in the background getting a little bit of distance between himself and McMillan Jr. We'll watch him as they cross the line. Todd Craig going to lead him back into 1. The backstretch and heading into turn number 3, race leader Todd Cray grabbed the race lead right around lap number 6. Lap number 7, he's kept it at the front of this field as we await the drivers to go right by the start finish line. And I don't think he gets much better than that besides this. Absolutely hauling the mail here tonight under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway. It's the No Limits 187. Wrapping things up here with the Ayers iRacing Paint Season 6 Xfinity Series Championship. You see him out of the throttle a little bit there. Todd Cray out of the throttle maybe a little longer than what he wanted to be. You can see some flames out of those right side tailpipes. There it is. Familiar to see him at the beginning of these corner entries, but center off, you typically don't see a little bit of that unburnt fuel flame. So having to jump out of the gas for a brief moment. Todd Craig going to give up a little bit of ground. Gannon McMillan looking to capitalize. Little look back, let's check out the Cuban Missile Rocket. Roy Fernandez chasing after his championship hopes and dreams. Can the Black Rifle Coffee Company Bass Pro Shops. Number 3, Camaro make a little headway. He was quick and happy hour, a little rough go in qualifying, and Fernandez has just, he's been stuck in place. Running right where he qualified in that 6th position. Same goes for Cody Sleeper, who had a little bit of a run, a little bit of a look at a spot inside of the top 5. Just kind of fizzled out on him, and there he remains in that 5th position. We're going to transition a little bit differently up the racetrack. Tell you what, let's go check out an emerging star. Behind the wheel of that Grayson Jade Photography 72 machine, Jerry Cochran III. while out of the season championship hunt, missed a race, and unfortunately that put an end to his championship hopes. But still an amazing season so far for him. 73% of the time you can find him finishing inside of the top 5, and he's going to back that up with 2 race wins as well this season. So a lot going on for the man behind that 72 machine. We're going to see how he shakes things out for the rest of tonight. Todd Gray still out front by half a second. He leads Justin Gann, your pole sitter, and John McMillan Jr., your Truck Series champion, who rounds out your podium. So we're going to head back up here at the front, as this is one of your closest, biggest battles, and I dare say most important. Everybody's important on the racetrack, but let's be honest, this is for a race winning position. This is for a season championship. All of your top 3 are championship competitors. Roy Fernandez, Cody Sleeper back in 6th, Branch, Duncan, all of those drivers. 6 out of your top, what is it? What is that, 7? Yeah, it's going to be 7 out of your top 8 drivers. Championship contenders. And I'm starting to eyeball some strategy. If I'm sitting back there in that number 3 machine, if I'm for Fernandez, I'm on the horn and I'm asking the crew chief, man, what can we do? We gotta do something here. I'm struggling to catch up, and there it is. There it is, like clockwork. JC3 and Roy Fernandez get ahead to pit road this time around. Green flag pit stops have begun under the lights here tonight in the Texas No Limits 187. Front of the field to pit lane. Whoa, big trouble there. I say big trouble, catastrophe avoided or averted. However you want to word it. Sleeper, Branch, Duncan, all to pit lane. That's going to leave. The big green tractor out on the track all by himself. Nick Hunt going to take over the race lead, become just our 3rd different leader here tonight. And how about the run as of late for this Double O man? He had a run. His championship hopes came up a little bit short in that 2nd round of the playoffs. Nonetheless, Nick Hunt, he's been quick, he's been fast, he's got a little strategy action going on. He's going to head to pit road as your race leader. Todd Gray back up to speed, able to keep himself in front of Justin Gann for the moment, but Gann is on him. They're walking away from McMillan Jr. in the back here. This is going to spell trouble for that 15. Looking at Nick Hunt. Where is Nick Hunt? Looks like right side's going to go down, left side in the air, but it's not going to be quick enough. He's going to lose the race lead. Todd Curry back to the point, but looking for the Larson line. Here comes Gann on the high side. Not gonna work, and Todd Gray will secure your race lead back down the backstretch into turn number 3, lap number 35 on the board. So it doesn't look like there's a lot of varying strategy, just about a 1 lap difference. We'll call it 2 to be exact. Pit stops beginning on lap number 32. Nick Hunt gonna finish him off on lap number 34, so a 2 lap differential on the tires. Nobody really able to work an undercut with something like that. It's all about getting on and off pit road, and it looks like your top 2 were a little bit quicker on and off pit road. So with a little less than 90 laps remaining here tonight, it looks like we're going to see at least 2 more green flag pit stops, as this has got a long green flag look to it here tonight. We watched that Performance Motorsports Truck Series unfold earlier here tonight with just 1 caution flag. In the race, we may not see a caution flag here tonight. But our good buddy Joshua Norwood, well, I can't say that he's going to be too upset. Looks like he's down there on pit road with his feet up out the window of that pace truck. Gonna have to call somebody down there and make him do something. I don't know. Find something for him to do. Back with the action on the racetrack, race leader Todd Cray still showing the way, 2-car advantage over Justin Gannon of the 10 cars, back to John McMillan Jr. sitting in 3rd. JC3, Roy Fernandez are going to round out your top 5. Let's take a little look here at that number 72 machine back across the line. 41 laps on the board for the 72 machine, and he's just been a little bit off pace. Not a ton. About a 10th a lap here and there, and it's just enough. A tenth of a second a lap here or there after 40 plus laps. Almost a full second deficit. JC3 may have to pull a miracle here tonight if he's going to want to walk away with a second win of the night. Can he pull off a never seen before back-to-back winning performance by winning 2 races in one night? We'll see if he can get the job done. He's got a lot of work in front of him to do so, but we'll see if the excitement is there. Meanwhile, excitement at the front as your pole sitter looks for the race lead once again. Let's take a look here as Justin again hounding that 22 of Todd Cray. Now with lap number 44 on the board, and the battle's continuing to rage at the front of this field between Justin Gann and Todd Cray, I want to take a moment to mention a little something that you hear me harp about it. You hear me talk about the talent and the level of skill. Week in and week out, you hear me tell you how great these Xfinity Series drivers are here with the Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. We're looking at incident reports, and these drivers average less than 1 incident point per race. The highest number of incident points per race on average is a 2.3. All you got to do is hit the wall one good time and you're going to get a 2-pointer. There are drivers throughout this field that average less than that, so they are completely clean throughout the course of a night, throughout the course of a race, and throughout the course of the season. The cream is rising to the top here in season number 6 as we inch closer to that 50-lap mark just around the corner from the halfway point. Todd Cray looking to walk away in the moonlight with a championship trophy. For all of you out there in TV land, if you're just joining us, we've had a dark horse pick ever since about 2 weeks before these championship playoffs kicked off. We've been riding high on this 0-1 of Cody's sleeper. And again, he's just been quiet about how he's went about doing it. 30% of the time inside of the top 5. 90% of the time inside of the top 10. Just consistent finishes week in, week out. Sleeper a little behind the 8 ball here tonight. 10 seconds down. 1 green flag pit stop behind us. Time is starting to tick against both Sleeper. The man running behind him, Jason Branch, as well as championship competitor Roy Fernandez, just a little further up the track. These guys going to have to do something different. That's all there is, race fans. If you're sitting about, and I'm even going to go up to Jerry Cochran III, sitting in that 4th position, back 5.3 seconds at this point in time, you're going to have to change the strategy. You're going to have to throw the kitchen sink at it if you want a chance. And if you are a championship competitor, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to risk everything on a hope that you can walk away with something? I know what I'm doing. I'm saying let's switch this thing up. Let's try to run them down. We were on pit road back at lap number 32. So we're about 20 laps in. You come to pit road now, you're going to have 20 lap fresher tires. You're going to be eating them up on the stopwatch. Downfall, you may have to make an extra pit stop if we don't see a caution flag. But can you gain enough time with those fresh tires? I don't know. We're going to have to see if anybody rolls the dice and plays their luck of the draw here tonight in Texas No Limits 187. You're watching Championship Night under the lights here at Texas Motor Speedway. Now that gap's starting to get bigger once again. You've seen Justin Gann be able to close in, coming to pit road. Almost into the back end of that number 22 of Crane. Contact avoided. They stayed with each other coming off of pit road. But it looks like Gann just kind of struggles a little bit on the back end of the long run. Justin Gann looks like he's losing a little bit of speed, now falling into the clutches of John McMillan Jr., sitting in 3rd. Just a half a second separates those two drivers as Todd Cray starts to stretch his legs at the front of this field. Less than 10 laps to go from the halfway point. Let's start right here at the front with the driver highlights and spotlights. We're going to kick things off here with none other than your race leader here tonight, Todd Crane, looking for win number 4 this season, looking for yet another championship trophy. We'll see if this Coors Light number 22 Camaro can get the job done. Todd Crane sits in 1st. Justin Gann right behind him on the racetrack. The Virginia native Performance Motorsports driver looking for his championship trophy after snatching yet another pole position. That's going to be 50% of the time. He started from the front of this field to back up his 4 race wins. Quick. Week in and week out. Gann sits in 2nd for now. Running in 3rd and rounding out your podium so far here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. It's the man that's already felt the taste of a championship earlier here tonight, snatching up the Performance Motorsports Season number 6 Truck Series Championship. Our brother from above the border, John McMillan Jr., looking for the 2nd trophy here tonight, sitting in 3rd for the moment. Still got a little bit of work to do, but we'll see if the 15 can get it done. That's going to do it for your driver highlights and spotlights. No real big movers here tonight. A handful of drivers moving to positions. That's been the most gained out the field here tonight. So not a lot of big movers in a small championship field. Lap number 58 now underway. We started with 10 drivers. We have got 9 remaining on the track. 9 remaining on the lead lap. Man. Faster last time around was Gann sitting in second. A tick quicker was McMillan Jr. So some speed is starting to come back to that 30. Up front, Todd Craig continuing to show the way just at that halfway point here tonight. So drivers on the downhill side of things, our second round of green flag pit stops just around the corner. Man, I'm telling you, you're going to have to watch Craig here tonight. He may have to be his own worst enemy. A little bit of a fire lit beneath the fire suit of the driver of that 22 machine. Unable to snatch the Truck Series championship. Earlier here today, Todd Craig may be driving the purpose after missing out on one championship moment. Will he walk away empty-handed? Not looking likely. As we cross the line, 62 going to go behind us. 63 now on the board. We'll drop the timing and scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver in the field here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. And while we got you, while you're here, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you've enjoyed not just tonight's championship action, but the action week in, week out, all season long. Season number 6 going to be one to remember. We had some of our closest finishes. We've had some amazing strategies unfold. We'll see how the rest of tonight's championship race under the lights here at Texas Motor Speedway goes. But for now, if you haven't already, once again, show these drivers you care. Show them a little bit of support, and before you go, be sure to drop these drivers that thumbs up. The third pro, number 11 of Casey Duncan, he's going to be the first driver to visit pit road here for his second round of green flag pit stops. Looks like everybody else willing to stay out on the racetrack and just chop this race up exactly the way they did for that first green flag run. And there it is, Justin Gann going to do something a little different than race leader Todd Craig. Gann to pit road. That's going to move McMillan Jr. to second, Jerry Cochran to third, into third now. Anybody else down pit road? Doesn't look like it, so there it is. Fernandez, Sleeper, and Branch going to head to pit lane. Duncan down a lap. Nick Hunt down a lap. But there's race leader heading to pit road. John McMillan Jr. to the point. And again, can he do what has never been done? And of course, extenuating circumstances causing the possibility to be there for McMillan Jr. If it wasn't for the rain last night here at the track, he wouldn't be afforded the opportunity to try to chase after 2 championship trophies in the same night. We'll see how he goes about it. McMillan Jr. to pit lane. Todd Craig, Justin Gand, down and away off of pit road. Let's take a look here. You can see Gray with a much bigger advantage than he had before. We'll see how it goes here. Fresh tires up to speed, and again gonna head to the high side of the round. Back to the point, back out front. Leading the way, your Performance Motorsports Pole Award winner Justin Gand gonna reclaim the top spot. It'll look to put a little distance between himself and Todd Cray, sitting in second, lap number 68 on the board. We are now on that downhill side of things. But man, what a season it's been. I don't care when you started joining us. I don't care if you just picked up the championship chase. As long as you've been rocking with us, we appreciate all of the love, all of the support. I know the drivers appreciate the love and the support, and the views. If you haven't been sharing this with your loved ones, with your friends, well, what are you doing, man? We've got great racing action 7 days a week right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Get your adrenaline fix right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We got a lot of great things coming up just around the corner. Keep your eyes peeled for some announcements later on this year. And what a year it's already been, right? Just an amazing ride, an amazing run. Swift MotorSports, big shout out to each and every one of you behind the scenes that make it work. The admins and officials, hands down, some of the best in the business. It's an absolute privilege. Not just a pleasure, it's an absolute privilege to get to work with this league and series. A lot of great drivers, a lot of great people, a lot of great sponsors. Just an all-around amazing group. If you're looking for a home and you haven't found yourself one, and you're on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. If you think you got the skills, if you think you got the speed, check them on out in the league directories at Swift MotorSports. A little over 50 miles remaining here tonight under the lights. The fresh tires belong to Todd Cray, but he's unable to eat into that 3. Now make it 4-car length advantage by Justin Gand. But here's the important thing. We got to look out front. We see drivers just out front of your pole sitter's windshield. Let's take a look. Can we get on board? Can we go to an onboard? There it is. Beautiful. Just amazing look here at your top 2 drivers that have separated themselves from the rest of the field. It's a battle for the race lead. It's a battle for the Season 6 championship right here between 2 Performance Motorsports teammates, Todd Cray, Justin Gand. It's no hold bars here at this point. And how about this? A little bit of bragging rights on the line as well here. If Gand can shut Todd Cray out of victory lane, that's going to give the nod to Gann in the winners column. 4 race wins, your winningest driver of the season. If Craig can get to victory lane, he'll tie Gann with 4 wins on the season. A little better top 5 finishing percentage there for Justin Gann over Todd Cray, but Cray isn't very far off. 79% finishing inside of the top 5, so Cray definitely has the consistency. He's got the speed here tonight all over that rear deck lid, and we're going to see some action on the front stretch. Todd Cray going to look to the bottom. Gann looking to cover him off. Good move there. The block. That corner exit momentum, man. Amazing job by Justin Gann behind the wheel of that number 30 machine. He's going to keep Todd Cray behind him for the moment, but for how long? Well, there's your answer. We got the answer of how long he'll keep him behind him, and that's going to be about a quarter of a lap longer. Todd Cray going to look to the inside now, drag race across the line and back into turn 1. Gann with the advantage. Oh, able to slide down the racetrack, pinching Cray down, unable to make a clean block on the bottom. Gann going to have to leave the door open down the backstretch, and Cray will take advantage down on the bottom. Cray digging advantage through the center of the corner for that Coors Light number 22. Drag race off of 4. Cray to the stripe. Credit with yet another lap led. Side-by-side action for your race lead back into 1. And these top 2 giving us something to talk about. Man, getting after it at the front. Championship all on the line, and they are throwing crushing to the wind right now. Todd Cray going to lead him back across the stripe and back down into turn number 1 we go. So you can see Jason Branch and Casey Duncan just out in front of your race leaders. We're going to see lap traffic. Will it come into play? Will it have an effect on the race leaders? We were to pit road just about 20 laps ago, so these guys already starting to work their way into that fuel window. You know, I'm asking myself something here. We're going to see that fuel window open up in about 9 laps. That's going to be about 9 laps sooner. Then these drivers will have to come to pit road. Who rolls the dice? Who pulls the trigger? Again, if you're McMillan Jr., you've got 1 championship trophy already this season. You got 1 championship trophy here tonight already behind the wheel of that Truck Series machine. You're 3.7 back. If you do what the leaders do, you're not going to gain anything. If I'm on that 15, screw. I'm begging the crew chief. Look, let's get lap number 91 and head to pit road on the crossover 92. That's going to give us right at that fuel window. I ain't going to have no extra. I am going to have fresher tires for about 7 to 8 laps. Would it be enough to do away with that 3.6 second deficit? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. We're going to have to see if he plays any type of strategy card. Justin Gann, a little bit of moment last time off of 4, had to check up and gave up quite a bit of ground. Todd Cray, biggest race lead of the night, over a 1 second advantage now, sailing back into turn 3. Lap 85 on the board. Let's go back to battle. Let's go back here. Roy Fernandez, Cody Sleeper going at it. You can see the double O of Nick Hunt not too far off in front of him. That's going to be 5th, 6th, and 7th on the racetrack. Two friends going at it. Both Cody Sleeper and Roy Fernandez. Very, I don't want to, very close friends at the track. But while on the track, you always got to temper those friendships. You always got to temper those unspoken allegiance and alliances. When it comes down to it, would you move your friend for a race win? Would you move your buddy for a season championship? And if you're anything like me, you'd put your mama in the wall for a season championship. You know, this is gonna come off bad, but I would wreck the Pope. You heard it. That's right, His Holiness. He'd be in the wall. Gotta go, bro. I got a championship to grab. That's just me. I like shiny things. Sorry. Moving on. We're going to continue to watch this battle unfold. 6th and 7th on the racetrack. Sleeper. Looking to keep that Detroit gasket MGM brakes machine in that 6th position. Wants a top 5 if he can click off yet another top 5 this season. Bode well for those stat charts for that 01, who again has had a pretty solid season. Handful of top 5s, tons of top 10s. Sleeper is not one to sleep at. Battle looks like it's starting to go away just a little bit, so we're going to go back here as Justin Gann looking to work his way around the lap. Traffic Todd Gray, race leader, already doing away with both Jason Branch as well as Casey Duncan. That number 11 Serve Pro machine now listed as the first and only driver. One lap down, and we've got 35 laps to go this time by. Fuel window starting to open up. Who's going to do it? Somebody's got to try something. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past Justin Gann. Now that we're sitting back and we're looking at it, honestly, I wouldn't put it past the 30 of Justin Gann's crew saying, you know what? Ray's starting to walk away a little bit. He's not going on the door of the 2-second advantage here. Next time by, we're going to come to pit road. We're right in our fuel window. We ain't going to have no extra for celebrating, but we can celebrate enough with spraying the champagne in victory lane as a race winner and a season 6 champion. We'll see if Gann pulls the trigger a little early and tries to undercut Cray at the front. Again, able to work his way by the 28 of Jason Branch. That's going to move him a little bit closer, but the lap traffic indeed has been some trouble for Gann as he's going to remain out on the racetrack. Nobody inside of your top 5 coming to pit road this latest time by, so nobody really ready to roll the dice here on championship night. And again, even if my crew chief is against the idea, unfortunately, I'm the one with the wheel in my hand. You can't tell me I ain't coming to pit road if I want to come to pit road. Justin Gann gonna come to pit road this time around the number 30, gonna pull to pit lane for what could be the final stop here in season number 6. Championship trophy up for grabs, race winning. Up for grabs, Todd Gray started in third, has led the majority of tonight's race. He's going to stay out on the racetrack. Gann is going to fall one lap down here. Justin Gann falling one lap down. Cody Sleeper almost going 2 laps down. But let's not forget, Todd Gray still has to hit pit road for the final time. He is going to give up some more time. He is going to give up some more ground. But right here, if you're Todd Gray, you're running this thing out. Right, your closest competitor here tonight, you got him trapped one lap down. You got to stay out as long as you can now. Maybe catch a lucky break and get I don't want to say a phantom debris caution, because we just don't do those here with Swift MotorSports airs High Racing Paints Xfinity Series. But you may be hoping that somebody has a little bit of trouble coming off of pit road. Right, so we've got Todd Crane, John McMillan Jr., Jerry Cochran III, and Roy Fernandez yet to make their third and final stop of the night. Still one set of tires down there. Let's keep that in mind as well, race fans. If we happen to see a late race caution, these drivers will have an extra set. There it is, Todd Craig going to pull his way off of the track and down to pit lane. That's going to leave John McMillan Jr. out front, showing the way by himself back to the race lead once again. McMillan Jr. out front. Justin Gann looks like he's going to try to close in here. This is going to be a pretty substantial difference on the fuel and tires. About a 5-lap difference. And could that be the deciding factor? We're gonna clue in on Gann here in just a second, but for the moment, McMillan Jr. stays out on the racetrack, leading some laps here. We're gonna have 25 to go this next time, buying shot out of a cannon, 4 freshies, making you feel like Superman. Justin Gann gonna show what those good rubbers are all about. McMillan Jr. waving the white flag. He's had enough. He's heading to pit lane hot and heavy. Off of the racing surface into pit road. Jason Branch going to pull for pit lane as well. Justin Gann moves into second, but more importantly, your eventual race lead. Let's look back here. This is going to be a huge moment in the race. Justin Gann to pit road on lap number 94. Todd Cray to pit lane lap 98. A 4-lap difference on the pit cycle. Justin Gann's pit crew about a 1/10 of a second faster than Cray's. In total, about 1.5. Woo! Fernandez with a handful on the bottom. It looks like we've got a pit road penalty. Roy Fernandez with some issues here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. Tough little run for that Black Rifle Coffee Company. Bass Pro Shops. Number 3, the Cuban Missile Rocket, fizzling out just a little bit here at the end of season number 6. But as we were saying, a 1.5 faster on and off of pit road was Justin Gann. And look at the gap that it has given him. 4.3 seconds out front of Todd Cray. No one else remotely close. But it's 4 seconds too much. We said 4.3. It's already down to 4, so he is making some headway. Much faster laps. Holy Ooh. Let's take a look at this last time by. Let's take a look here. Here's Justin Gann going to go across the start-finish line. Let's put those times up, guys. Can we put them to the left-hand side of the screen? There you go. A 30:23 for your race leader, a 29:82. So that is almost. Well, that is right at 0.4 of a second. Man, I think Craig can get there. Gap now down to 3.5 seconds. So there it is, right at that 0.4 to half a second faster lap after lap here. Todd Gray definitely closing in, and when he gets there, he will have the fresh tires. But will he have enough life in him? That's going to be something we're going to have to wait to see unfold. Let's go back out here with your race leader Justin Gann as he works his way off of turn number 4 back across the stripe. We've got 20 to go here in the Texas No Limits 187 Championship night for the Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. Gann, Craig, McMillan Jr., your podium drivers. Looks very familiar to many of our finishing orders coming to the close of our races throughout this season. And again, Gann with some strategy. I don't want to say I told you so. I said come to pit road lap 92. He came to pit road in lap 94. Look at what it's done for him. Imagine the compound of 2 extra laps sooner. At that point, I don't think Craig can run him down. Fresh tires on the 3 of Fernandez. Gonna work the bottom of the racetrack. Pass being made, but not for position. Fernandez will work his way back onto the lead lap. And that's got to be somewhat comforting for Fernandez, right? I mean, you've had a hell of a year. Right? You've walked away, and correct me if I'm wrong, Fernandez inside those podium positions multiple times this season. A little rough go here in the championship run, but it's got to be I don't want to say it's got to feel good, but it's got to make you feel better. Finishing the championship race still on the lead lap. Maybe you're out of contention. Maybe you got no shot unless you have a caution. But Fernandez racing hard for all it's worth. Sitting in 7th. Will he be able to run down Nick Hunt or Cody Sleeper sitting in 5th? We're going to find out shortly. We're going to have 15 to go this time around, and Todd Gray has arrived on scene. And I want to go on board. Do we got the gyro? Do we have that one on Cray? Do we have that one? That's the one I'm looking for. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it right there. See, this is why I love the team. They're some of the best in the business. Ask and you shall receive. There it is on board. The little look here as Todd Gray makes short work. Short work, man. We thought that was going to be a little bit tougher. Let's take a look down the right side. Making short work of Justin Gannon. He's walking off in the sunset. Already a half a second advantage, and that's going to do it, folks. Call the waitress. Bring the check. Barring any self-inflicted tragedy or any late race shenanigans, Todd Crane looking like he's going to wrap up season number 6 as your Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series champion. Looks like he's going to pull even with his teammate in that race winning column. And again, I don't want to just talk about Cray being at the front. I don't want to just talk about Justin Gant, who's been absolutely phenomenal this season. I want to give tons of love and shouts out to this man right here. He was unable to bring his championship truck series performance to the masses. The TV constraints just wouldn't allow us to fit it into tonight's schedule. And unfortunately, wasn't able to get it done here for the second time on prime time. Walk away with an unprecedented 2 championship trophies in the same day, the same track. Still an amazing season, an amazing run. Big shout out and tip of the cap to your Performance Motorsports season number 6 Truck Series champion. Behind the wheel of that Canadian sponsored Chevy Camaro, John McMillan Jr. finishing out the Xfinity Series season with a solid podium finish. We'll see if something can happen here, but with 10 to go, it looks like it is pretty much in the bag for Todd Cray at the front of the field. So what do you say? Do we go back to the race leader? There he is. Let's get up close and personal. Let's have a nice, fresh look at that Coors Light 22 Camaro off of 4, back across the stripe, 9 remade here in Texas. Eight to go here in the Texas No Limits 187, live from Texas Motor Speedway. Todd Cray has proven to be fast as Xfinity 5G all season long, all culminating in tonight's championship winning performance. And he's going to walk away not just looking to win the championship, but looking to cap it off with a race win. And that's the easiest way, right? I mean, we've seen it for years now on the NASCAR side of things, where it comes down to that final race. And if you don't win, you ain't walking away a champion. We're going to directly negate that now. Because earlier today, in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series Championship right here from Texas Motor Speedway, the Texas Two-Step 187, as it unfolded, McMillan Jr. started from the pole position, led a handful of laps, but gave up the race lead. And JC3, Jerry Cochran III, walked away as your race winner. John McMillan Jr. securing that season championship with a second place finish. Gary May was right there. Man, if that 5 of May had done it. Ooh, talk about lighting it up at Vegas. And Gary May right there. An amazing season for that number 5 machine. Gary, congratulations on a hell of a run behind the wheel of that truck this season, and we look forward to seeing you trackside once again. But there it is, high five for the final time here in season number 6. The boss man at the flag stand gonna give him 5 to go here in Texas. Less than 8 miles of racing remain ahead of the seasoned, talented Todd Cray, the New Jersey native, looking to bring back yet another set of hardware. It's a long list of accolades for the man behind the wheel of that 22 machine, who at times may have looked a little off of his game. Has rolled the dice a handful of times for it to not work out. But he still was able to turn those downfalls into solid points finishing nights. And he looks to wrap it all up here with a race-winning performance across the line. Popsicle sticks on display. 3 miles remain. In front of Todd Cray to lift the Season 6 championship. And Justin Gant, he's nowhere to be found. 3 seconds back now. McMillan Jr. not able to close in. It's all but done. Through 4 once again, and here he is, the man will walk away with a race win and a championship trophy across the line. White flag flies, final lap. It's the Swift 1 to go. Here in championship night, the Texas No Limits 187, and Todd Cray looking to do it big. Down the backstretch for the final time, and here we go. Todd Cray will cross the line as your race winner and as your Season 6 champion. There it is, Cousin Jess. Time to celebrate. Cray, race winner in Season 6. The champion getting the job done under lights here at Texas Motor Speedway. An amazing run, an amazing ride, an amazing season for that number 22 machine. We're going to let him enjoy this cool down lap, come to the front stretch, put on a little bit of a smoke show. We'll see how it goes for him. How much fuel does he have remaining in that 22 machine? There's the teammate, Justin Gant, coming up just short, but he's going to watch his teammate celebrate. There's a slide through the grass. What a run indeed for the man behind the wheel of this number 22 machine, your Season 6 champion, your race winner. Todd Cray will enjoy victory lane. So as he enjoys his celebrations, we're going to get set ready to transition to our post-race show. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your Season 6 champion right here from Texas Motor Speedway. In backtrack side at the conclusion of tonight's Texas No Limits 187, it was a doubleheader for all the fans in the stands. Big shout out to all the fans that were here from about 3 o'clock this afternoon watching one hell of a truck race, championship race. Stuck it out for tonight's Xfinity Series championship as well. Big shout out to all of the fans. And we're just going to dive right into things, but we're going to bring up first and foremost not just the man that walked away with the third place finish here tonight. The final driver on the podium tonight in the Xfinity Series was your Truck Series champion from earlier here today. John, an amazing run this season in this Xfinity car. Congratulations on that Truck Series championship. How tough was it to pull 125 laps in a truck, turn around, and within less than an hour jump behind the wheel of this Xfinity ride and try to do it all over?
Yeah, it was pretty tough, but we tried to take the momentum from the truck race championship into this race, and we just didn't have enough for those two leaders. We were trying some different stuff on there on the last run, and it just didn't pan out, but I'm still happy with that Truck Series championship.
Well, from a handful of weeks ago, and maybe I was assessing the situation a little bit off here, but about 6 weeks ago, your championship hopes and opportunities looked a little bit on the maybe not happening side of things, and then you just strung together a ton of great finishes, and you were in position here tonight. Do you think maybe if you played strategy a little differently here tonight, do you think there's anything that you may have been able to do something with those top two?
I think we gave it our best shot. I mean, we did what we could. I think we got really strong at the end of the season and in the championship here, which allowed us to get that championship in the Truck Series, and we were able to at least fight for the championship here in the Xfinity Series. So I was happy with that, and we gave it our best, and we tried some different lines there in the last run, like I was saying, and we just gave it our all. Didn't have anything for those two top guys.
Well, always a class act and always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. Tough break. It didn't work out for you here tonight behind the wheel of that Xfinity ride. But again, congratulations on that Season 6 Truck Series Championship. So for the final time here this season, we're going to step back. The mic is yours. You know how it all runs. Shout outs, thank yous, love yous.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone that helps this 15 team do what we do week in week. And then I'd like to thank all the admins here at Swift, Don, Andy, everybody that helps out, and thank all the drivers. We all race great and fair and clean, and the racing's amazing in this league.
Well, again, John, one hell of a season here in the Xfinity Series. Congratulations once again on your championship winning performance behind the wheel of that truck. And we'll look forward to trying to catch up with you when we can. Until then, my friend, as always, stay safe and, of course, keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave. I'd like to thank you as well. You do great broadcasting.
All right, there you go. Final few words for the man that walks away third. He's not going to walk away empty-handed, though. John McMillan Jr. still going home as your Performance Motorsports Truck Series champion. And again, just what an amazing opportunity for him. Almost pulled a double, not a Larson double, but almost pulled a double here tonight. Just coming up short, finishing third here tonight behind the wheel of his Xfinity ride. And that's going to move us right along to a man that's been pretty dominant this season. And again, he's going to continue that trend of top 10s and of top 5s, 100% finishing rate in that. Justin, this is going to make your what is it? I don't know, your like 900 millionth pole, man, 50% on the pole finishes or starting positions. Man, a hell of a season for you. How you feeling, even though you came up just a little bit short?
Yeah, I mean the stats are nice. I'm definitely happy with them. Just gotta close those races out a little bit more, I guess. Man, I thought I was gonna have a good shot tonight, but Todd was quick, and once he passed me, kept pulling away. I had to try something different, so started short pitting a little bit, and just didn't get the results I was looking for.
Well, man, you can't blame the baker for trying to butter the biscuits to make them look better. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody needs to try to make you look better, man. You're an amazing, talented driver. We watched you struggle through a little different equipment change throughout the beginning of the season, both behind the wheel of that truck and this Xfinity ride. Want to mention the fact, man, you had that truck series race, man. You look like you had it in the bag. You look like you had that championship. Coming home with you a little bit of problems on the pit road. Did that give you any more motivation, turning right around, jumping in this Xfinity ride to try to get the job done for this championship?
Oh yeah, I was definitely wanting to get the win tonight. I think at the end of the day, I'm just gonna blame it on all the updates iRacing did.
You know what? That's what I like to do. When you can't figure out why, you just damn the man. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. It's just jokes, people. Just jokes. Justin, an amazing season for you. As I said, the stats are lovely. I know you would much rather trade all of that in for that season championship, but you're one of the quick guys week in, week out, no matter what you're behind the wheel in. An amazing ride, both in the Truck Series as well, as well as in this Xfinity Series. So for the final time here in season number 6, you know the drill. Mike's yours.
All right. Yep. Well, shout out Performance Motorsports, Hyperdrive Racing, all the guys at Assassin Motorsports as well. Ayers iRacing Paints, everybody that helped put this league together all season. You guys for putting the broadcast on for us over there at Turn 3, and just for being, uh, you know, constant fan every season. So we appreciate that, and again, everybody that hung in there with us.
Well, Justin, again, man, congratulations on not just an amazing season here in the Xfinity series, but also over there behind the wheel of those trucks. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite pan out your way, but we'll see how you go next season. Until then, my friend, enjoy a little bit of time off, stay safe, and as always, keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you go. Final words from the man that, oh man, just about had it done twice tonight. Again, gonna come up empty-handed. The Truck Series and finish second here in the Ayers iRacing Paints Xfinity Series. Just didn't quite have it to finish it off. And again, will finish second, not only here tonight, but in the points standings as well. And we're going to head now to victory lane to a man that we've talked to multiple times throughout the season. He's going to pick up win number 4 here in season number 6 and about his 749,000th championship trophy. I'm just kidding on the numbers, but yet another championship winning performance, man. Todd, I know it never gets old, but where are you going to put this one?
What's up, Dave? Oh, man, that's pretty cool, man. Go Jess. Needed that championship. Yeah, like I said, I got some plaques around the house here from Swift MotorSports, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool to have one more to wrap it up. Super happy. I mean, Justin, he tried some tricks out there. He's called me out, and really had to keep my composure and overdrove it a little bit when I came out of there pretty far behind. But with 4 laps better tires, I just tried to not overdrive things, and then finally at the end there, caution could have been interesting because a couple guys had some tires there a little better. But hey, at the end of the day, we did what we had to do, and just happy for Jess and Trixie out there. Yeah, super excited.
Well, Todd, you were among one of the handful of drivers in this Xfinity field here tonight that raced earlier today in that Performance Motorsports Truck Series Championship, looking at going for not just a double race winning night, but a double championship night. Came up a little bit short after some contact with Jerry Cochran III. Did any of that have any effect on maybe the driving style or the mentality to go after it a little bit more here tonight in this Xfinity race?
Yeah, I would say yeah. We were fast. We were fast there earlier, and I think we were, we just made a move for the lead and felt really good, and things happen, and it just got me refocused, and I feel, I mean, the Xfinity car is a little trickier, but a lot of the same line, and basically just not making mistakes. But yeah, it definitely fueled me for tonight. I really wanted to get one of these here at the end at Swift. So yeah, for sure, definitely was in my mind.
Well, Todd, again, you're always one of the drivers that we look to for trends. You're always one of the drivers we look for speed. You're always one of the drivers that we find towards the front of the field. Doesn't matter what you're behind the wheel of or where we go, you find a way to make it a part of the show. And for that, we couldn't be happier for you in your team. Happier for cousin Jess out there. Yet another championship for her to celebrate with you. So.
Yeah, I think Jess is going to get the plaque. So Team Jess is going to get the plaque there. We're going to send that over there to Chesterfield for her. So that'll be pretty cool.
Nice. Now that would be an amazing thing. I know she'll have a big smile on her face for that one. But for the final time here, man, in season 6, we're going to step back, let you do your thing. Mike's yours.
Yeah, man. Assassin Motorsports, man. Just a great group of guys to run with. Happy with Swift Motorsports here. Everybody that puts in the effort and kind of makes it fun. Airs Eye Racing Paints, Performance Motorsports, Butt Kicker, Turn 3 Racing Network, man. It's cool, Dave. It's exciting to run the race, but it's also exciting hearing when you call it a race and how you're excited and your heart's in it, and that's pretty cool for us drivers to have somebody calling it out like that and make us feel good when we win, or maybe sometimes lose. But I appreciate that, and Don kind of helped me out tonight too. I think pre-race he said maybe I couldn't get this done tonight, so maybe we have to go back and check on that. But I'm pretty sure. So I'd like to thank Don for that inspiration as well at the end. Again, Justin and Swift Motorsports and Andy and Jess and Trixie and everybody else.
Well, Todd, again, congratulations on yet another season championship trophy here in season number 6 with the Airs Eye Racing Paints Xfinity Series. Always a pleasure to catch up with you. Always a class act, and always look forward to catching up with you again. So for the final time, before we head off into the sunset for a little bit of a break away from the track, stay safe, and until we see you again, keep it fast.
All right, Davey. Thank you, buddy.
All right, there you go. Todd Craig going to walk away with the race win and the Season 6 championship. A little bit of shots fired. They're going to go back and check some audio. We'll see if some drama unfolds back at the Swift headquarters. Oh, shots fired, shots fired. Just kidding. Try to build some drama at the end of the season. It's what we do. Just playing. Todd Craig, an amazing season. An amazing run, picking up win number 4 on the year, but more importantly, going to walk away with your Xfinity Series Championship trophy. An amazing job here tonight under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway to finish things off on season number 6. Man, I don't think it gets much better than what we've seen this year, and you get to hear it. Producers hitting the buttons for the final time in season number 6. Let's run down your unofficial race results in the Texas No Limits. 187, the 22 Coors Light Machine of Todd Craig to snatch the final checkered flag, walk away the race winner in your season 6 series champion. Justin Gann gonna finish the year off with the final Performance Motorsports Pole Award, but he won't be able to wrap up the championship. Justin Gann going to finish in second. John McMillan Jr. looking for a second championship trophy. Not going to capture it here tonight. He's still going to walk away with that Performance Motorsports Truck Series championship. John McMillan Jr. finishes tonight's race in third. JC3 coming home in fourth. That 00 big green tractor of Nick Hunt going to sit in fifth, with Cody Sleeper sliding home sixth. Roy Fernandez gonna finish in seventh here tonight. Casey Duncan back in eighth. Jason Branch and Kevin Volkema back in 10th. Huge shout out to both Andy Starcher and Don Kidder, race control and admins all season long, keeping these drivers straight whenever there's problems on the track. We had none here tonight. Green flag racing action all night long. Big tip of the cap to both of you gentlemen for all you do and how you keep this thing going behind the scenes. An amazing job, an amazing run for us, an amazing night at Texas Motor Speedway. We crowned 2 season champions, both the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, as well as the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Xfinity Series. John McMillan Jr., Todd Cray, your season champions. That's going to do it for us. If you haven't already, before you go here tonight, be sure you join us in that continued push to 4,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So until then, my friends, stay safe, stay loved, and until next time, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.